Hello and welcome to this second video from Contagious Nano, where we go through the Bible studies. So we're on day 2. It's Tuesday the 23rd of August and we're looking at Proverbs 1, 8 to 19. Let me read that. Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They will be a garland to grace your head and a chain to adorn your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not give in to them. If they say, come along with us, let's lie in wait for someone's blood, let's waylay some harmless soul, let's swallow them alive like the grave, and whole like those who go down to the pit. We will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot with us, and we will share a common purse. My son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths, for their feet rush into sin, and they're swift to shed blood. How useless to spread a net in full view of all the birds. These men lie in wait for their own blood, they waylay only themselves. Such is the end of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the lives of those who get it. So question 1 says, what did we look at yesterday? Where does wisdom start? Well, Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7 says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. So there's two halves to this. Firstly, you've got to realise that naturally you're a fool. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. That's the natural state of your heart. But then the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So by fear, it doesn't just mean being scared of God. It means a right view of God that leads to a reverence and a deep respect for him. So wisdom starts there. And today, in today's study, we look at people that God puts around us to help us be wise. So, question 2, who does Solomon want us to listen to in verse 8? Well, he says, my son, listen to your father's instruction. Do not forsake your mother's teaching. What he's getting at there is that God puts people into your life who are wise. Now, most of you, that's parents. So listen to your parents. Your parents are there to guide you. God also puts a lot more people in your lives than just parents, people that are wise, that you can listen to, that will have that sense of rightness about what they do. So look out for those people in your lives, because in verse 9 he gives us a great incentive. He says they will be a garland to grace your head and a chain to adorn your neck. So people that give wise advice will be like walking down the high street in the latest Hollister gear or with the very best jewellery on. You'll think that you look $1 million because you do, and wisdom graces your life like that. It's much better than following the fashion. So what advice is given in verse 10? What's he getting at here? Verse 10 says, my son, if sinners entice you, do not give in to them. Well, he starts to paint this word picture of a situation in life where someone is enticed to go and do something that they shouldn't do. Then it goes on to paint a picture of what that might look like, with someone pulling on you saying, let's go and do this, it'll be great, it'll be great, it'll be great. And it ends up not great. So let's look at verse 15 to 19 where it ends up. Don't go along with them, don't set foot on their paths, because their feet rush into sin and they are swift to shed blood. You get caught, it goes to bad places. But think about that, because the Lord Jesus was taken to those places. Sinners enticed him and mistreated him. Sinners shed his blood. Now, why am I telling you that? Well, firstly, because he went there being obedient to his Father. But he went there being obedient to his Father so that when you and I are enticed into sin, we'll realise where it leads to death. But we'll also realise that Jesus gave his life so that our sin doesn't need to lead to death, but it can lead instead to forgiveness and life with our Father, who is wise above all. So, question 5. Listen out for 2 voices today. Do you hear the voice of guidance, and do you hear the voice of enticement? I hope so. How did Jesus listen to his Father? What did his Father ask of him, and how costly was that? Well, Jesus listened to his Father. He obeyed him perfectly. It was very costly. So that when you and I find it hard to listen to our parents, we can remember Jesus' example. But also when we fail to listen when we should, we've got someone who stands in our place and is our means of forgiveness. Thanks so much for listening. Please subscribe. Please tune in again tomorrow. Great to see you. Bye.